At approximately 11:40 p.m. on the night of the 14th of April 1912, en route to New York on her maiden voyage, the Titanic struck the iceberg, which ultimately led to its sinking less than 3 hours later. The ship disappeared beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, a disaster that resulted to a loss of more than 1,500 lives, which was almost a third of the people on board. Fast forward to 2015 in South Africa, the Titanic Artifact Exhibition puts on display for the first time authentic artifacts recovered from the wreck of the famous ship. Delicate perfumes, dinner set, personal belongings and more items recreate the lost era.
It's one of the world's most popular and most well-known exhibitions. Of course, the Titanic is a fabulous story, but this travelling exhibition has been all over the world. And we, Expo RSA, felt that it was unbelievably appropriate for the South African audience because, of course, it's fun, it's educational, and it's a story that is universal.
To celebrate and remember those lives that were lost or changed forever by one of the biggest marine disasters that mankind ever witnessed, one got to discover the story of Titanic, learn about the passengers and the crew.
Were unique in the fact that they had 2 millionaire suites, one located either side of B deck. Now these suites were incredible. You basically had 2 bedrooms, either decorated in Empire, Adams style, Regency or Georgian. You had your own private sitting room, you had a 50-foot private promenade, as well as the own entrance to the ship. Of course, a room such as that would have cost $4,500, which in today's money amounts to about 1.3 million South African rand.
The exhibition has been designed with a focus on the legendary Titanic companion story, as emotionally told through the authentic artifact recovered from the wreck. The objects offer memorable, expressively connections to the life that were ended and forever altered.
All objects that you see at the exhibition are found objects. They are the actual authentic exhibition items that were on the Titanic and were excavated between 1985 and 2003.
The maximum capacity of the ship was about 3,547 when fully loaded with passengers and crew. The only black American family at the time that boarded the ship was the LaRocque. Not much is said about them, but Joseph's daughter was the one last remaining survivor.
One piece of information that gets left out of the Titanic story in most cases is the story of Mr. and Mrs. LaRocque. They were a third-class party. It's the story of the only black family that actually sailed on the Titanic. Mr. LaRocque was 26 years old. He was an engineer. He was traveling with his wife Juliette, their 2 daughters Simone and Louise. And basically they were supposed to be traveling on a ship called the France, but they transferred to the Titanic due to the strict policies of not allowing children in the dining rooms on the France. So Mr. LaRocque, of course, lost his life in the disaster. Juliette and their daughters basically survived.
Along the way, visitors will learn countless stories on heroism, humanity that pays honor to the incredible force of the human spirit in the face of the tragedy.
There's an incredible curriculum that goes with the exhibition, which makes it very suitable for children and for learners.
Upon entering the Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, visitors will be drawn back to time in April 1912. From the ship's construction to the life on board, you will get to follow an uninterrupted journey through the life of the Titanic, which will help you bring closer to the event of the fatal night.
The Artifact exhibit is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for people to come and experience what it was like to be on the Titanic. You learn so much, in some cases more than you bargained for.
The Titanic Artifact will be showing at the Zone in Rosebank until the 8th of November, and then it will move to V&A Waterfront, Cape Town from the 28th of November to the 15th of March. For Morning Live, I am Tapelo Moela.